welcome to MegaMart's culinary journey. I'm Chef Sarah Mayer and I'll be cooking for you today and for the whole season actually, so I hope we become really, really good friends. So today I've decided that we're going to do beef because you know Jamaicans don't like to eat a lot of beef. I know, and sometimes it's a little expensive, but I'm going to show you cuts of meat that you can use that's not so expensive but are packed with flavor. Okay, so the first thing I want to show you is a shank. This is a beef shank, and it comes from the leg, obviously, of the cow. Now, it's a really flavorful meat, but the only thing that it takes, you have to cook it for a little while. So you can either get it whole like this and braise it down, or you can cut it in about 2-inch pieces and then braise it down that way as well. Well, you know, braising down, as we call in Jamaica, is cooking it down, right? And then the next one we have is a short rib. That's one I'm going to use today. This is one of the secrets of chefs because it's a cheaper cut of meat and it's packed with flavor. Now, this cut of meat comes from about right here, the rib cage, and it's really good. From there, we have, what are these again? Beef spare ribs. They come from the short rib, but they just cut off a layer of meat on top, so it has less meat but a lot more bone. That's also a very good cut. But today, we decided to go with the short rib. So what I'm doing for you today is a 3 chili braised short rib. It goes with homemade tamales, which are a Mexican, kind of like a corn, I don't know how to explain it, like it's cooked steamed corn. And we're also going to accompany that with fried green okras, but then okras are always green. So, but you guys will see, it's going to be very yummy. So the first stage now is I want to season my meat with salt and pepper, right? Salt, pepper, and as you see, I have my meat on a separate plate, so I don't dirt up my cutting boards. I'd say about 2 tablespoons of chili powder. See, chili powder. This is basically all different types of dried chilies, and they puree them, smoke them and puree them. Then we're going to use, I forgot my cayenne pepper. Just a little bit of cayenne pepper because this is really, really spicy. This just add a nice flavor, right? I did the pepper already. Cool, perfect. And then we're going to show the other side some love. Now you want to season it heavily with salt because what that does, it helps to create a crust on the outside of the short rib, which in turn keeps all the juices on the inside and makes it nice and juicy and flavorful and soft and not tough. Okay, cayenne pepper again. Rub it in good. All right, cool. Let me wash off my hands. All right. Now, I have a pan on the stove already that's getting hot. You want to get your pan very, very hot because you want to sear the outside, so again, it holds in the juices and it doesn't make your meat tough. So what we're going to use is a little olive oil. I'd say about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And to this, I'm going to add some vegetable oil or corn oil, any kind of refined oil. Because refined oils burn at a higher temperature, so it balances out the olive oil, which burns at a lower temperature. So in turn, basically it means you don't get a burnt flavor in your sauce. So that's searing away. You hear that? That's exactly what you want to hear. The searing sound, sizzling. Okay, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to cut our mirepoix. Mirepoix is basically carrots, onions, garlic, and celery. I'm going to grab 2 carrots out of here. I got some onions right here, red onions. Garlic. We got our chilies. Okay. So now what we're going to do is that we're going to give you a nice large dice on the onions, right? Because you don't want to cut them too small. Because if you cut them too small, they're going to turn to mush, and it's going to make the sauce all mushy and gross. Now you can use any kind of onion, white onion, red onion, whichever you want. I just like the red because it's nice, kind of sweet. It's nice and sweet. So peel that off. Get a trusty peeler here. And you know what I do sometimes at home? I take a scandal bag and I'll put it right here on the counter in front of me. And I put all of my trimmings and all that stuff in the scandal bag so I don't have to run to the garbage can every time I need it. And it's just cleaner, you know. This can go here. Cut the top off, of course, the bottom. Put the salt back over here. This stuff is annoying me. All right. Nice large dices, as I said, just like so. You can leave the end on, that's fine. Because you're going to braise it down anyway, and once you braise it, you're going to strain all of this stuff out of the sauce. Garlic, I had one over there. The garlic, let's cut straight in half like that. Because as I said, we're going to strain it anyway. What else do I need? Celery. Celery. Oh. Here we got some nice MegaMart celery. You just need about, I don't know, if they're this big, maybe just 2 stalks. Because celery has a very distinctive flavor. You don't want it to overtake the sauce. That looks like it's searing very nicely. Just make sure celery sometimes is dirty on the inside. See? Just want to make sure you wash it off. Let me check my meat. Oh, now that's sexy. We're going to flip her once she looks like that. And once we flip her, we can start putting some of the mirepoix in there. You want to put in the heartier vegetables first, like the onions, the garlic, and the carrots. Because those have to caramelize, and they take a little longer to caramelize. Now, when I say caramelize, I mean you want them to be kind of golden brown on the outside, because that makes it really sweet, and it gives the sauce a lot of depth and flavor. So this all goes in like this. You can leave a short rib in there if you want to. That's fine. And our celery, just going to cut. Okay, so once we have our celery cut and ready to go, I'm going to add in some more of the spices like chilies. We have jalapenos. We have our local and well-loved Scotch bonnet. Let me teeth one of these serrano chilies from over here. Where are you going to? Ah, I can use one of these. Going in the sauce anyway. Not going to make anybody sick. A little tomato paste. Ah. This tomato paste is going to give the sauce really nice flavor and depth. It's going to make it nice and rich. Then we also want to use some of our piri peppers. They're pickled, so they add a nice sweetness and vinegariness to the sauce. And then we have, of course, our Jamaican cinnamon leaves. But you know, Mexicans use a lot of cinnamon in their cooking as well. And this is kind of a Mexican/Jamaican meal. So cinnamon leaves and cinnamon, allspice and cumin. Drop it all in there, like so. Have I forgotten anything? Have I forgotten anything? I don't think so. Woo. Just want to cook this down. Right. From here now, I'm going to add my celery. And I'm going to add a little red wine. Now, as we all know, when we're cooking with red wine, we don't want to use a very, very cheap red wine, especially use something that you would drink, because it really comes out in the sauce. So I'd say about a cup of red wine. Can you smell that? Oh, do scratch vision or whatever you call that. I need water now. But if you want to add chicken stock or beef stock, you're more than welcome to. I just don't think it needs it because I have so many flavors going on in here. And you know, the beef is on the bone, and once meat is on the bone, that really adds a lot of flavor to your sauce. So I'm going to add, I want to say about 6 cups of water, 6 to 8 cups of water. because I want to submerge my short ribs in the water, and it's going to take about 3 hours to cook at 425. So we're going to cover it with water, and then I'm going to cover it with foil. Right. From here, I'm just going to turn the meat side into the liquid. So that's what you really want to cook, eh? Right. Let's get some foil. Right here. Okay. Let's get this over here quickly. You really want to tighten it up. So if you have to use a lot of foil, that's fine. So as I said, we're going to put it in the oven at about 425. And after this, we're going to put it in the oven, and when we come back, we're going to do the corn tamales. And you guys are going to love these. They're so cool. Okay? You want to follow me to the oven? Here we go. Yummy. See you back in 2 minutes.